The good thing about writing talking points for your board chairman in advance of coming on is you can write compliments in too. And Tom mentioned Josh and I. Brittany Jones is also here. Brittany started with us in late November. If you haven't met her, her focus is marketing communications for our organization. We're really proud to have her here. She has classed up our organization from an events perspective. We never had flowers or balloons or sometimes utensils. So we're very happy to have Brittany on. Quickly, I just want to recognize a few folks. Lou Bleiweiss and Tina Kinsey with the Asheville Regional Airport are here. They have distributed a survey. Many of you may have completed that survey. If you didn't get a chance to, please do it on your way out. It's a short, takes 2 minutes to do. They're asking questions about where you'd like to see commercial air service to out of Asheville. It's a primary driver. We know Wilson Art wants to see that American Dallas flight come back. We're working on those kinds of things. If there's a connection, direct flight, June, it's coming back. If there's a flight you'd like to see, we're looking for that critical mass to get to the point to have enough seats on the plane. So please support Asheville Regional Airport in that effort. I'm going to quickly, very quickly run through some programs that either potentially could support your business or could support the business of the folks that you're working with. This is intended to be an overview, not a comprehensive rundown of all the qualifications or the details of the guidelines. The intent is to give you an idea. What we want you to do is if you see a potential fit, we want you to call us. When you call us, we're going to put together a team like we always do. Our partners are here. Bill Paynes with the North Carolina Department of Commerce, Shanda Bedoyan, Jason Chappell, Julie Thompson, Molly Parkhill with Blue Ridge Community College, and of course our utility allies as well. We'll put together the right team to come talk to you about what's out there to help you, but we want you to call us. So quickly I'm going to run through some things that we see as advantages for Henderson County and some programs that are out there. First and foremost, and I think this gets overlooked quite often, is the stability in finances here in the county with the municipalities inside the county, and the stability within public policy. We see that as a big driver. We're a predictable economy. Our county commissioners have made decisions to, even in light of revaluation and a decline in revaluation, to look for ways to maintain a consistent tax rate. We think that helps businesses that are here and businesses that are thinking about coming here see stability and have an idea of what the culture of the county is like. We've got a very low tax burden, one of the lowest in the state. We've been one of the lowest in the state consistently for many, many years. Stan wants it to be higher than it is, I think. If you don't like your reappraisal that you got in the mail on Saturday, Stan Duncan is here, by the way. Mine went down, I think countywide, most people, the average was what, 8.8% lower. So we're appreciative of that. The county does have an economic development assistance policy, and they are guidelines. They're written guidelines, and they are not hard and fast. The county has the ability to work within North Carolina General Statute to look for ways to support a project. The three primary drivers for consideration of support are jobs created or retained, the wages associated with those jobs, and the investment associated with the project. The investment's important because ultimately what the county has the opportunity to do is to provide a grant that's equivalent to the taxes assessed on that project back to you. And there's a formula that's used based on those jobs created or retained, and we're constantly looking for opportunities to be involved with projects where the wages exceed the average wage of the county. You heard Tom reference that earlier this morning, but it's just a general long-term philosophy to look for ways to move the local economy in a progressive manner. Our partners obviously are the municipalities, Mills River, Fletcher, and the city of Hendersonville, and all of them have some form of economic development assistance depending on what you're looking for and what your needs are. Workforce programs, our workforce partners are here. There is a customized training program that's through the state system, but delivered through Blue Ridge Community College, incumbent workforce grants through the Mountain Area Workforce Development Board, and also an on-the-job training program. Both of those are programs that are can be small numbers, but can be quite large when you look at the on-the-job training program. If you're hiring new people, up to 50%, actually more than 50% of the wages for the first 3 months can be reimbursed back to the employer. There's also a cooperative education program that Blue Ridge Community College offers. If you hadn't had a chance to take advantage of it, you should consider it. We have a cooperative education student in our office now. She's doing the virtual office training program, so she's actually not in our office, but supporting our operations from her home. North Carolina Department of Commerce programs, there is one statutory program, and by that I mean you take advantage of it because you have the statutory right to. It's not discretionary, you don't apply for it. They're called the Article 3J tax credits. There's 2 ways to use those credits. You can use them for jobs created, or you can use them for investment in business personal property. They are looking for a rather large investment in business personal property. You need to be in excess of $2 million to qualify for the 3.5% credit. The job creation credit is $750 per job, and they're looking for a minimum of 15 to qualify for that credit. Both the One North Carolina Fund, the Job Development Investment Grant, are discretionary programs that we'll work with Bill Payne on and work on those. And Bill Payne has successfully delivered One North Carolina Fund grants and job development investment grants to companies in this community, so he's been a great partner for us. A couple of special programs I'll mention quickly. The City of Hendersonville has designated Urban Progress Zone, which I don't think a lot of people know about. What it does is it allows you to use those Article 3J tax credits. You can essentially reduce the minimum on jobs from 15 to 5 and add an extra $1,000 per job created. The best thing about it is it doubles the tax credit for business personal property investment from 3.5% to 7% and reduces the threshold to 0. So starting with $1, 7% of your liability with the state of North Carolina will be offset with a 7% tax credit. Building reuse and restoration grant programs. There's one that North Carolina Department of Commerce offers, another that North Carolina Rural Center offers. They're slightly different. The Commerce program does utilize CDBG funds, which requires that there's a low to moderate income standard for the folks that you hire. That can be difficult to achieve in this county, but the Rural Center program we have used effectively before can provide up to a 50% match of funds that go to improve a building, take a vacant building and put it back into active use. Infrastructure grants we've used successfully on sewer projects and water projects specific to economic development projects. They're easy to work. They flow through our friends with Henderson County government. And finally, the last thing I mentioned is new market tax credits, which are a federal income tax credit that you have to be in a qualifying census tract first and foremost. So you have to be in the right geography and qualify from an income standpoint for the folks that live in that region. But if you're in the right area, investors in a project, or you can work with your financial lender and partner on this, can earn a federal tax credit up to 39% of the investment amount. So if you don't have a use for those credits can be sold and utilized to reduce your rate or to act as equity in the project as well. Just a few things we want to mention. As I said, there's a lot of stuff out there. The best thing for us to do is to have a chance to sit down with you face to face, talk through what projects and opportunities you might have, and look for ways to find programs that'll fit what you're thinking about doing. We appreciate you guys being here. We're going to get the program started. I'd like to ask Sandy Talent with Duke Energy to come up. Sandy's going to introduce Clark. Sandy's the face of Duke Energy for our community, and that's why she's here. She's been a good friend, a good ally. She served on our board for many years, served as our chairperson 2 years ago, and we're going to try to talk her into serving on our board again next year, I think. So if you guys would please help me welcome Sandy Talent.